Hey listeners, this is Andy Lindquist from across the pond. You're listening to Gaulty and the Gators Blues and New Show.
We had it all. We know that's the truth. Something so strong. Now I'm losing you. Since you said you were leaving, it's pain in my heart, hurting so much. Please let me down easy. I didn't see you coming, and that's a fact. I was too blinded by the love that we had. Is there no answer? Is there no way? And as you walk away, please let me down easy. Let me down easy. Let me down slow. As I'm going under, sinking so low. Your love has touched me like no one before. So as you walk away, please let me down easy. Seems there's no answer to this pain in my heart. So as you walk away, please let me down easy. Let me down easy. Let me down slow. As I'm going under, sinking so low, and your love has touched me like never before. So as you walk away, please let me down easy. As you walk away, please let me down easy. As you walk away, please let me down easy.
Hello and welcome to the Blues and New Show. You have an hour of Gaulty just now, and how amazing was that? Letitia George, please let me down easy. Absolutely stunning. If I could only sing as half as good as that. But yeah, so what an amazing way to start the show. So we are talking Little Willie John today. We're going to do an artist special feature for this hour. I have 4 of Little Willie John tracks for our back-to-back tracks moment, and some more pretty good music, I do say. So Little Willie John, if you're unfamiliar, you will have heard at least two of his songs performed by other people, namely Fever and Need Your Love So Bad. So obviously I have them on, so you'll hear them in a wee bit. But he was born William Edward John on November 15th, 1937, and he was one of 10 rather, born in Arkansas to Mertis John and mother Lily John. His family actually migrated north to Detroit, Michigan in the 40s because his dad was looking for work. And at this point, it was noted that little Willie John was a very musically gifted child. He performed in gospel groups and talent shows. And in 1950, he would go on to form his own group, the United Four, which was composed of his siblings, notably Mabel John. So he was first noticed by his agent, Henry Glover, who would sign him to King Records in Cincinnati, Ohio. That would be in 1955. And the first recording by John was a recreation of All Around the World, which was released earlier in 1955 by Titus Turner. John's version went on to become a number 5 hit in the R&B charts, and he followed that up with Need Your Love So Bad in the same year. His number 1 song, Fever, which was released a year later in 1956, would sell over 1 million copies and top both the R&B and Billboard pop charts. He again reached the number 5 spot in the pop charts with Talk to Me in 1958, and would continue to release hits throughout the early 1960s. Over a 10-year period, he placed 14 songs on the Billboard Top 100 chart in his very short career. Now, a lot of people, when I've kind of asked about, had never heard of him before. So, quite surprising. Most people thought that Peggy Lee was the owner and singer of Fever. Now, the version that we've got, the Little Willie John version, is very different, different lyrics and everything to Peggy Lee's version. However, you can hear it's the same song. And Fleetwood Mac went on to release Need Your Love So Bad. In fact, I have that on an album called Blues Brother Soul Sister, I think, and it's the Fleetwood Mac version. So I thought it's only fitting that we do a show about him, and people that have never heard of him learn about him. So his career declined almost as rapidly as it rose. He was dropped by King Records in 1963 because he had an alcohol problem. In 1964, he assaulted a man with a glass bottle in Miami, Florida, in a nightclub, and then he skipped bail and fled to the Pacific Northwest. It's quite mental, but I think that some people can handle that quick fame like that. Some people can take it in their stride, but a lot of people find it quite stressful and a strain, and the difference that it must make on a person's life. Going from kind of being unrecognised and just a quiet person getting on with their life to somebody who's thrust in the fame and limelight. It must be quite stressful, and as I said, some people take it in their stride. Some people, that's what they want. They want the fame and the recognition, whereas other people just enjoy making music and enjoy the fact that other people like listening to it, and the fame and kind of limelight is a side effect, if you like, an unwanted one. So it must be quite a difficult thing, I mean, nobody's going to say no to getting paid, are they? But you know what I mean? It must be hard for some people to deal with. So hence why I suppose we see a lot more of famous people having alcohol issues, and it's more readily available. And I suppose, you've got the money to pay for it. So he skipped his bail, fled, and went to the Pacific Northwest. So he was performing in Seattle, Washington later that year, absolutely paralytic, and he partied throughout the night, and in a brawl outside a bar, a 6'2" ex-convict punched him. Now, he was only 5'4", punched him in the mouth, and he responded by stabbing the man to death. So he was initially charged with murder, but after examining the evidence, he was arrested and later tried and convicted for manslaughter. He did appeal his verdict, but by July the 6th, 1966, he began serving time at the state penitentiary in Walla Walla, Washington. And in total, John would only serve a year and 10 months of his 8 to 20 years sentence. Oh, dear me. Right. I've got some more amazing music coming up for you. I want to just kind of interrupt this wee moment here to remind anybody that's listening and is, in the vicinity, as in the UK, on the 29th of October, we have put together a little mini concert, I suppose. We've got about 6 different musicians playing at it from the Central Belt. To the likes of Martin Milady, Graham Campbell, Barry Honeyman, Danny Wilson, and more. The Gators obviously performing. I can't remember who else is on the lineup, I'm afraid. But I will be doing a full show on my other radio show all about this and featuring all the artists. But there's a very eclectic mix of music there. Tibbles and Tone will be there with a harmonica. So you'll have sort of indie music, you'll have some country music, there'll be some pop music, blues, a wee bit of everything. So as it's the 29th of October, we are going to do fancy dresses optional. But if you come fancy dressed, then there will be a prize. There'll be a prize for the best costume. We're also looking to put on an amazing raffle. So if, you fancy it, you could make it a road trip and come up for it. It's only £10 a ticket. We do have limited tickets, and quite a few of them have gone already. So if you are interested in a ticket, check out our Facebook page, Gaulty and the Gator, or the Gator, check his page, and get in touch and book your tickets. This is all as a part of the fundraiser that we're doing to raise the money for us to get to Mississippi. And now it's more important than ever because I've been told that when we're there, I'm going to get to finally see New Orleans. I'm so excited. I am. But we're going to Mississippi because the Gator's been invited to play at the Alice May Festival, alongside some of his blues heroes that we have featured on our show. You've heard us talking to them. We've played their music. So imagine how amazing it would be to be standing next to them performing. It's the gig of a lifetime, and there is no way that we could manage to get there without some help from you fabulous people. So throughout the next year, we are doing several different fundraisers. There's going to be a 100-mile walk in October, or 100 miles walk in October. The Gator's going to do what challenge was that I said? The Busta Rhymes challenge. A sober month. I can't remember. There's loads of wee things. And if we get to the target before we go, the Gator, Mr. Ian Donald, has said that he will go for a full body wax. He's a very hairy man, so if he wasn't the Gator, he could be, I don't know, the gorilla. So we're talking major pain here. I think we're talking along the lines of childbirth. So he said yes, if he reaches his target, he will do that. He'll put on a night and he will get waxed. And so I think solely just for that reason, it should go ahead. And I think that he'll actually be thankful for it, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be warmer there than we would be having it here. So yes, so if you're at all interested, please keep your eyes peeled, because it is important to us, and all the support is amazing. Even if you could just stick a couple of quid in the Just Giving link, that would be awesome. But as I said, not to be just looking for a handout. We are definitely earning it with various different challenges. And if you've got any ideas on cool ways to raise some money, I think we're also going to do like a spooky night. So any ideas that you've got, fire them in and we will have a go. So next song I've got for you is Cat Riggins with Cry Out. And then I think we'll have some Little Freddie King, Born Dead. So I hope you enjoy. Be back after this.
every man for himself. United we stand is just a jaded fantasy, unless you got some kind of wealth. Cry out for justice, cry out for peace, cry out for the mother down and praying on her knees, begging for a place to raise her sons without fear. Cry out, mother, cry out to somebody here. War is a constant reminder that humanity is driven by greed. Our soldiers, they fight and return to a life where they can't get the help that they need. It's time to cry out for America, cry out for the vets, cry out for the old man who ain't been thanked yet for his service and sacrifice so we could live free. Cry out, old man, cry out to somebody see.
Dunoon Community Radio, brought to you by the Observer Stationery and Craft Shop, 219 Argyle Street, Dunoon, at the traffic lights.
Roberts have always been special. The Bruce, Burns, and now Robert McFarlane, the Gourock Butcher. Robert the Gourock Butcher offers 28-day matured Scotch beef, the finest range of meat and a whole range of sauces, with gluten-free options also available. Everyday deliveries and to Dunoon on Wednesdays. Find the Gourock Butcher on Facebook or come into the shop, 100 Shore Street. A loyalty card like no other is waiting for you. Call us on 01475 638 142. The Gourock Butcher.
The Faith in Cowell Pilgrim Trails offer a unique way to navigate around Cowell. Enjoy a 200-mile network of trails crisscrossing Cowell and guiding you between 15 sites of spiritual significance. There's no better way to enjoy the breathtaking views and natural beauty that Cowell has to offer. Each walk leads from one site of contemplation to another, making this a perfect way to reconnect with yourself, with your God and with your landscape. Visit www.faithincowell.org for more information.
Now, if you are a music fan, you could do no worse than to visit the Radio Music and Charity Shop in Argyle Street at the traffic lights next to the Observer Shop, where we have a great selection of music, not only just on CDs, but we also have vinyl, all kinds of vinyl. We have cassettes. We try to be open from round about 1 o'clock from Wednesdays and all days Saturdays. See you soon.
You're tuned to 97.4 Dunoon Community Radio. You can listen online via our website at dunooncommunityradio.org. West End furniture, floor coverings and beds. Tom Avoid Road, Dunoon.
Around the planet on the World Wide Web. Lock it on to the best station on the net.
DCR.
Well, if the weekend wasn't enough, you can join me here, Rob Short, for Rob's House Party every Monday night from 11 p.m. and then a Thursday night from midnight, where we go 2 hours into the mix playing the biggest club anthems, old school anthems, and don't forget we throw a few mashups in there as well. So that's every Monday from 11 p.m. and every Thursday from midnight, right here on 97.4 FM, Dunoon Community Radio.
Doctor had to smack him so he could cry. Thought your little baby was living. That when the baby died, so you know my way. Know my way is awful hard. Well, you know a black man in Mississippi might as well be lonely. like a slave. Why was I born down in Mississippi town? Black man have to work just like a slave. Black man down in Mississippi might as well be on dead.
Hi, this is Donna Harula, and you're listening to Gaulty and Gator's Blues and New Show in Scotland.
Yes, you are. I hope you enjoyed that. So, Little Freddie King has got some new music out, and that will be coming to you in the next few weeks. I just thought I'd pop in one of my favourites, Born Dead. You should go and definitely check him out on social media. What a character. And he lives in New Orleans. All his fantastic pictures of Mardi Gras, just honestly, I was like, oh, so need to go there. So, yes, do go and check him out. It's amazing that he's still making music. I think it's what's keeping him young, you know. So, today we are talking about another musician called Little Willie John. So he was obviously nicknamed Little because of his height and his age. He was just over 5 foot tall, and he had his first huge hit at the age of 18. So he had this amazing voice, which if you haven't already heard him, you will do shortly. And he had such a wide-ranging and emotionally rich voice. So, as I said, he recorded a string of hits between 1953 and 62 that not only transformed him into a star, but provided the material for many artists who covered his songs. So, the most notable of these was Fever, first recorded by him in 1956, and then covered by Peggy Lee, the McCoys, Rita Coolidge, Madonna. So he received far less recognition, but he's held in the same esteemed company of James Brown, Sam Cooke, which I think, you know, when you hear, he deserves. He's got such a lovely voice. And he began, as I said earlier, his singing career in a church choir, like many other people. Actually, it was a church choir. I used to sing in, not that I'm a famous singer, but, you know, I think a lot of people get their first kind of taste of singing at school and church choirs and things like that. So he began there, and then his family formed a gospel quintet, the United Four, in which he sang, but he would soon step out on his own. He was only 14 years old when he was discovered at a talent contest in Detroit, sponsored by Johnny Otis. King Records, I think it was Sid Nathan, who was in the audience that night, signed another talent contest performer, Hank Ballard, instead. In the years following, John, who was barely into his teenage years, sang with Duke Ellington and recorded for Savoy Records. When he was 16, he recorded a Christmas album, but it went unnoticed. His sister Mabel was also a recording artist on Stax label and a vocalist in Ray Charles' Relays, but her career would pale next to that of her brother. Not for too long, however. Band leader Paul Hucklebuck Williams met John and took him on tour with his orchestra for a year, but John liked to live big, and Williams had no patience to discipline a rebellious, youngster. So when the tour was in New York City, Williams fired John, but he would soon be discovered by King Records' Henry Glover, and they signed him in 1955. He really didn't disappoint. He scored a hit with his debut, recording a cover of, as I said earlier, Titus Turner's All Around the World. But it was like a unique blues version, completely unlike the original comical rendition of the tune. It reached number 6, and then he followed that up with his other hits, which then established his stardom. In an attempt to repeat the success of his first hit, he released I'm Sticking With You Baby, but it wasn't until 1956 that he recorded his most popular hit, Fever. That was co-written with Eddie Cooley and recorded on the 1st of March in Cincinnati. The single reached number 1 and became a huge, as I said, pop crossover. So Peggy Lee covered it in 1958, and that propelled her to stardom. It reached number 8 in the pop charts, which actually shadowed John's version, which only reached the top 30. So to promote Fever, John went on tour with his own kind of crew, featuring James Brown and the Famous Flames as the opening act, and John followed up his chart success with a string of R&B hits, including Talk to Me, which was recorded in New York City January 4th, 1958. That reached number 5 on the R&B charts and number 20 on the pop charts. Sleep was a unique cover of an old song made popular in 1924 by who? I can't read my own writing here. Fred Waring's Pennsylvanians, and it also scored in the top. Oh no! Also scored in the top 20 of the pop charts. The ballad Let Them Talk and Heartbreak, which was inspired by James Brown, also charted but not as well. So he continued to record his intimate emotional vocals, and he had Suffering with the Blues, Need Your Love So Bad, which helped him to etch his slot into music history. And in 1959, he hit both the R&B and pop charts with Leave My Kitten Alone. That, I love that. I've got that on for today, so you'll get to hear that. And this was written by John and Titus Turner and later recorded by the Beatles, although this, honestly, his voice is just perfect for this. And again, I think because of the trouble that he caused and the fact that he was in prison for manslaughter, he didn't really get the recognition that he should have got when people covered his songs. So a lot of the time, you know, folk would have no idea that it was his song, and, you know, that he wrote it and performed it before. It's just thought that it's from the Beatles, Peggy Lee, Fleetwood Mac, whoever it may be. But you know, I think, as I said, it must be quite a difficult thing. And he was so young, you know, so, and I think the shorter you are as a guy, the more you feel you have to prove, maybe. So, unlike many other African-American artists, John crossed over to the pop charts regularly. Even though he was very R&B, you'll need to forgive me, I don't know what's wrong with me this better. He saw great success in his professional career, and he earned a total of 14 hit singles on both the R&B and pop charts. But his personal life, as I said, was very, very turbulent. So after the release of Take My Love, his last recording to chart, the lack of attention began to affect him and his behaviour just got worse. So he was an alcoholic with a wee penchant for violence, and it was not uncommon for him to carry a knife. At the height of his fame, he brought a gun with him to perform at the Apollo Theatre in Harlem. So yes, it all starts to deteriorate from there, and he was still young, you know, so who knows. He died when he was admitted to the prison on July 6, 1966, and 2 years into his term on May 26, 1968, he died. So the cause is uncertain, but the press were told it was pneumonia, and his death certificate says he died of a heart attack. I am going to pop a wee song on because I do believe somebody's just came in, and this is Little Walter with My Babe. I hope you enjoy.
My baby don't stand no cheating, my baby. Oh yeah, she don't stand no cheating, my baby. Oh yeah, she don't stand no cheating. She don't stand none of that midnight creeping, my baby. True little baby, my baby. My baby, I know she'd love me, my baby. Oh yes, I know she'd love me, my baby. Oh yeah.
nothing but kiss and hug me, my baby. True little baby, my baby. Don't stand no cheating, my baby. Oh no, she don't stand no cheating, my baby. Oh no, she don't stand no cheating. Everything she do so pleasing, my baby. True little baby, my baby. My baby don't stand no fooling, my baby. Oh yeah, she don't stand no fooling, my baby. Oh yeah, she don't stand no fooling. When she's hot, there ain't no cooling, my baby. True little baby, my baby. True little baby, she's 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 my baby. She's my baby.
Trying to find a new home, trying to write a new song, trying to find a rhythm that'll help me. Oh, I wanna get through it, to keep singing the blues. Everybody's saying you gotta get away and go deal with the real stuff, but I don't know if it's gonna be true enough. Oh, to keep singing the blues. Yeah, you know I'm just passing on, singing the same old songs. Sometimes it feels so right and I don't feel all alone. But when the music fades and the crowd drives away, I'm staring at the mirror, oh, singing the blues. Yeah, staring at the mirror, still singing the blues. Up a little upbeat reggae and I can lift and appreciate, but I'd rather be high on, oh, singing the blues. I've been in and out of soul, even rock and roll, but a little Bobby Blue bland never gets old. And I realize, oh, I gotta hear me some blues. Yeah, you know I'm just passing on, singing the same old songs. Oh, sometimes it feels so right and I don't feel all alone. But when the music fades and the crowd drives away, I'm staring at the mirror, oh, singing the blues. Yeah, I'm staring at the mirror, still singing the blues. Yeah, you know I'm just passing on, singing the same old songs. Sometimes it feels so right and I don't feel all alone. But when the music fades and the crowd drives away, I'm staring at the mirror. Yes, I am singing the blues. Yes,
Community Radio, brought to you by the Observer Stationery and Craft Shop, 219 Argyle Street, Dunoon, at the traffic lights.
Hello, this is Fiona McNeil. Besides presenting Celtic and folk fusions here on Dunoon Community Radio, I am a regular listener. Like other listeners, I have heard the appeals that regularly go out for funding. Now, guess what? I have recently discovered a great, enjoyable way of helping out with the funding. And it all happens at the Radio Charity Shop in Hillfoot Street, Dunoon. I get to purchase some great bargains, knowing that all the monies spent help to pay the bills at Dunoon Community Radio. And equally, when I take in donations, I know where all the money raised by them is going. So pop into the shop, and maybe I'll see you there.
Marco Pellicci has been dealing in local property for a long time and with a reputation second to none. Are you selling or looking for a property in the Cowell area? Well, Marco has now opened the definitive Dunoon property. Why not call Marco on 07801 711 361 and deal direct with the man who knows.
Recreate the experience of eating out on a sun-kissed Italian holiday. Savor the finest pizza, pasta and Italian specialities in a warm and relaxed atmosphere. Visit La Cantina Italian Restaurant, 200 Argyle Street, Dunoon, just below the 51st State Bar and Grill. Because the taste of authentic Italian cuisine is closer than you think.
You're tuned to 97.4 Dunoon Community Radio. You can listen online via our website at dunooncommunityradio.org. West End furniture, floor coverings and beds. Tom Avoid Road, Dunoon.
Around the planet on the World Wide Web. Lock it on to the best station on the net.
DCR.
Hi folks, it's Dave DeCourt here. I'd just like to say thank you to all you lovely listeners who joined me on a Tuesday at 1 p.m. when together we share the memories of a yesteryear. The music, the news and those lovely wonderful movie memories. Well, if you haven't yet joined us, I look forward to your company every Tuesday afternoon at 1 here on DCR.
Hey, this is Mary Everhart, and you're listening to Gaulty and the Gators Blues, a new show in Scotland.
Yes, you are. Oh, I just never get tired of hearing them. So this is Gaulty's Hour, and you're just stuck with me, I'm afraid, just now. But we have been having a look at Little Willie John, and what a short and amazing, if not violent, life that he had. But you know, he was dropped by his record company. He was convicted of manslaughter. He appealed his conviction. He was released while the case was being reconsidered. And then this time he recorded what was supposed to be his comeback album, but due to contractual wrangles and the failure of his appeal, it was not released until 2008. I think it was 1966 it was called. Little Willie John died in 1968 at Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla, Washington. Despite counterclaims, the official cause of death was listed in his death certificate as a heart attack. He was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1996. And he was also the brother of Mabel John, who recorded for Motown and Stax, and the father of Keith John, who was a long-time backing vocalist for Stevie Wonder. James Brown, who was early on in his career, actually opened shows for him, recorded a tribute album thinking about Little Willie John and a few nice things. So it was a pretty kind of mental life that he had. His sister was also an R&B singer, Mabel John, and she was born in Louisiana. As the eldest of the 10, John began singing with her siblings, so this is Mabel John, and as a child putting on programmes and singing traditional gospel tunes while her mother played the guitar. So she actually became the first female artist on a new label, Tamla, I think it is. Let me see. I'm just doing a quick Google of her here. Blah, blah, blah. Her supervisor was Bertha Gordy, mother of the Motown music founder Berry Gordy, and she became the first artist on Gordy's new label. So although her first song, Who Wouldn't Love a Man Like That, did not make the pop charts, it established her as a popular live performer, and she sold out shows at the Apollo in New York City and the Howard Theatre in Washington, D.C. In 1965, she decided to change labels and signed with Stax Records, where she believed her sound was more appropriate. So her first song under the Stax label, You're Good, This Is About to End, soared to number 6 in the R&B charts in the summer of 1966. The following year, she released the single Same Time, Same Place in 1968. Her little brother died in prison, and she went into a deep depression, and it was not until 1970 when Ray Charles offered her a job as the musical director of the Raylettes that John continued her music career. She was the co-writer of 50 songs for Ray Charles before leaving his organisation in 1977, and then she became the pastor and founder of Joy in Jesus Ministries in Los Angeles, California in 1986. She earned her doctorate in divinity from Crenshaw Christian Centre in 1993, and in 1994 she was awarded the Pioneer Award by the Rhythm and Blues Foundation. So she has 5 adult children, and went off to do her own thing. So they were quite a talented family, and so cool. It's actually quite amazing. So where are we with songs? Oh, I played you Albert King, I Get Evil, and forgot to tell you. And so we're coming up to our back-to-back tracks, where we have, as I said, all Little Willie John songs. So we have Need Your Love So Bad, Talk to Me, Fever, and of course Leave My Kitten Alone. I think the Beatles actually went to release that, then changed their mind and then brought it out a lot later. But I'm not sure. I'll see if I can find out for you, because it's annoying when you kind of hear half a piece of information. No, I'm not sure. I'm pretty certain they recorded a version in the 60s intended for their Beatles for Sale album, but I'm sure they didn't release it until the 90s, maybe 95, 96. So, you know, obviously round about that time he was having a wee bit of bother, causing some stirs. And see, when you see him too, he still looked like such a wee baby. You know, he was still so young looking, but he's got such an amazing voice. So when you hear just how rich his voice is, and how and then try and kind of put it to his face, it's mental. But I think Sam Cooke's a bit like that as well, and there's a few actually that look too baby-faced to be singing. Little Walter was a wee bit baby-faced as well. So, Need Your Love So Bad, Talk to Me, Fever, Leave My Kitten Alone. Absolutely no commotion from me in the middle. So I hope you enjoy this, and stay tuned for the next hour.
I need someone's hand to lead me through the night. I need someone's arms to hold and squeeze me tight. When the night begins and until it ends, I need your love so bad. I need some lips to feel next to mine. I need someone to stand up and tell me when I'm lying. And when the lights are low and it's time to go, I need your love so bad. So give it up and bring it home to me, or write it on a paper so it can be read to me. Tell me you love me and stop driving me mad, 'cause I need your love so bad. I need a soft voice that will talk to me at night. Don't worry, baby, we won't fuss and fight. Listen to my plea, bring it home to me. I need your love so bad. Oh, I need your love so bad. Talk to me, talk to me. I love the things you say. Talk to me, talk to me. In your own sweet gentle way, let me hear. Tell me, dear, tell me who you love me so. Talk to me, talk to me. Tell me what I want to know. The many ways you speak of love I've heard before, but it sounds so good every time. Please say the part I love just once more. Darling, I'm so glad you're mine. Talk to me, talk to me. Hold me close, whisper low. Talk to me, baby, can't you see? Darling, I love
Music Cable Company. Professional bespoke low resistance and low capacitance cables for musicians. Handmade in Scotland using the finest cable, weave and connector products. Handcrafted, studio quality, road ready cables. TheMusicCableCompany.com.
Your arms around me, I get a feeling that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Listen to me, baby, hear every word I say. No one can love you the way I do, 'cause they don't know how to love you my way. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning and fever all through the night. Bless my soul, I love you. Take this heart away. Take these arms I'll never use, and just believe in what my lips have to say. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning and fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, moon lights up the night. My eyes light up when you call my name, 'cause I know you're gonna treat me right. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning and fever all through the night. Love your bone.
Yes, I love my little kitten, like all you hound dogs love your bone. Oh yeah, you better leave, you better leave, you better leave.
Hey, I'm Jeremiah Johnson, and you're listening to Gaulty and the Gators Blues and New Show in Scotland. Come on now, crank it up.